Hey everybody, how's it going? Just doing a little tool maintenance, cleaning some stuff up from the last couple of days' use, lubing it down with some Ballistol, and a thought occurred to me that I needed to revisit the "don't be a hack" topic. Um, so just general thoughts, and again, these are just my thoughts and opinions. You know, take them or leave them. But recently we went to an existing client's new residence to do some retrofit work, and her house was being remodeled. So we roll up, in our nice Dodge Ram ProMaster, nice professional truck, if I do say so myself. And there are some contractors on site. They're driving the most beat up, rusty, crappy, unprofessional looking vehicles I've ever seen. Now, as a disclaimer, just because your vehicle's beat up and rusty and worn out doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing. But by and large, it kind of designates kind of a lower end contractor, because it shows two things, and this is in my opinion: that you don't give a crap enough to maintain a proper, vehicle that's a good presentation of your company, because the vehicle you roll up into a customer's house is basically the first look they get at your company. Number two, you either aren't, as good at your job as you need to be making enough money to buy a proper vehicle. I mean, you don't have to buy a brand new vehicle, but at least buy something that's presentable to the customer. Okay, so that's my first thought. I set the judgment aside because it's judgment, it's a snap judgment, and I don't know these guys from Adam, but we'll see. So we continue on our day, running some low volt cables, getting our thing done, and we have to be in and out of the house, inside working, outside working, trying to see how things are done. The place has been bastardized over the years between a cable system and a satellite system, and the house was built in the 40s, so they had to do extreme things to get wires where they needed to be, like running wire on the outside of the house, stapled badly to the outside of the house, I might add. So we're doing our thing, and suddenly we start smelling smoke. I thought nothing of it until it started getting worse and worse and worse. Finally, we go upstairs. My business partner goes upstairs, and the guys cutting into the wall on the second floor had cut into some ductwork in the attic, and the ductwork sparked and set the insulation on fire in this lady's attic and started a smoldering fire. Now, she left the house for a couple hours, and they were running around trying to put the fire out, and the guy that was responsible, the quote-unquote lead carpenter, had his assistant running around, 17 or 18-year-old kid, maybe 19, with air freshener trying to cover up the smell of this burning wood. To make matters worse, they go up in the attic and they douse it with water in the lady's attic on drywall ceilings, and there's water coming out of the ceiling. Now, in and of itself, making a mistake like that isn't that bad. I mean, things happen. The problem lies in the fact that he said to us, "Don't tell anybody." So in his mind, it was perfectly okay to not tell this lady that he started a smoldering fire in her attic, and then telling us not to tell him either, and then teaching his apprentice, this kid, that it was okay to not fess up to what you'd done, and to try and cover up the fact that you had an accident. Myself and my business partner kind of chewed on that for a while, and the carpenters left for the day. The homeowner showed back up, and finally, good sense and common sense prevailed, and we told her what had happened. The fact was, they said that the fire was out, but are you really going to rely on a carpenter to tell you that a smoldering fire is out in the insulation in your attic? So she called the fire department, and they came out to verify that it was actually out. These guys were perfectly okay leaving this lady's house, risking the lady, her 2 children, her 3 dogs, and her cat's lives to the fact that they were sure that they had that fire out. And that just, you know, validated my original first impression that these were contractors of a lower caliber. If that's too harsh, you know, just take it for what it is. It's my opinion, but generally you can tell the quality of a contractor by the way he keeps his vehicle, the state the vehicle's in, and his tools. I mean, my tools are highly maintained. I clean them and oil them and take care of them. Again, they're expensive, they make you money, why not maintain them? That's not to say that hard used tools denote a bad contractor, but by and large, man, you know, a guy that don't care about his tools or his vehicle, the things that he uses to make a living, are just a lower grade contractor. And it all ties into my don't be a hack fiend. You know, other things I've encountered in the past weeks are doing work for other contractors that show up to a job that don't have the tools or the supplies to get the job done. You know, we go on a commercial job to get to 20-foot ceilings, and luckily our van is fully stocked, and this guy that we contract for is an awesome human being, but he thinks it's okay to bother other trades to borrow their ladders and tools and things like that. It's just not professional. Are you a professional or are you not, you know? Don't do that. It's rude. It's bad etiquette. It's bad form. I mean, you could do that in a pinch, but to make a general practice of it is just not right. You know, my son is in this industry as well, and he works for a competitor. And the ridiculous things that he tells me, you know, he learned under us. You know, we try to do things right, not cut corners, and teach you the best practice and things like that. We're not perfect, but we are very good at what we do. And, you know, he was taught that way. And he is just shocked and appalled, and his morale is low because he has to work for this company that takes shortcuts and doesn't really know what they're doing. Such as, hey, you're on a commercial job. I either don't want to go buy the proper conduit and supplies to complete this job, or I'm too cheap to do it. Actually has them dumpster diving in the dumpster on the job site to pull out conduit scraps or old conduit from the demo that the electricians had thrown away. So, you know, that's just my thoughts on the last few weeks of working, and it was just brought to the forefront by the chuckleheads on the job site today and yesterday trying to burn this lady's house down. You know, just seriously, do the right thing, be honest, and be professional. You know, present a proper appearance, your vehicle, your tools, and yourself. Just, you know, just try and be professional, man. It's not that hard. I can't believe I have to compete against, you know, trunk slammers and hacks out there that do this kind of thing. That's my rant for the day, guys. Sorry if it's annoying. Just wanted to get it off my chest and tell you a quote-unquote funny story. So everybody have a great day, and I very much appreciate your views and your comments and your subscriptions. Have a good one.